Welcome to AS Physics. Today we will learn about work, power and energy, which is the second chapter of ICSE 10th Physics. So today we will do the MCQs of that topic. So let us start. So few questions are there. First question we will see. First question is there. When the displacement is along the same direction of force, then the work is said to be, of course, that will be positive. So we know basic thing, one formula we know, since we can write, since W is equals to work done is force into displacement into cos theta, Fs cos theta, and we are talking that here displacement and force both are in same direction. Displacement and force, displacement is S, force is F, both are in same direction, so therefore theta becomes 0 and cos 0 is 1. So this will be F into S, which will be positive. So what will be answer? Answer will be positive. Then work is said to be positive. So its answer is B, that is positive. Okay. Now next question, what amount of work is done by the centripetal force in the circular motion? We know about the circular motion. If anybody is performing circular motion, then we are here in question they have asked what will be work done by the centripetal force in the circular motion. So by the centripetal force means as one rotation or one revolution will complete, total displacement will be 0. As the displacement becomes 0, so we know work done is W is F into S into cos theta, and Fs into, here theta will be 90 degree. As it is moving in circular path, displacement and force, because force is acting, we can say force is acting towards the center, it is the centripetal force. FCP stands for centripetal force, and displacement is being to this direction, S is this now, so direction of S is this and direction of F is this. So angle is now 90 degree, and for theta is equals to 90 degree, we know cos 90 is 0. So W will be Fs cos 90, and of course cos 90 is 0, so entire term will be 0. So answer will be 0, that is C option. Now question number 3, when the displacement is along the opposite direction to the force, again what they are talking, this is force, suppose force is being to this direction and displacement is being to this direction, opposite they are asking. When the displacement is along the opposite direction of the force, then work is said to be, of course here theta will be 180 degree and cos 180 is cos 180 is minus 1, right? So theta becomes 180 degree and cos 180 is minus 1, I think so it will be visible, minus 1. So W work done will be Fs cos 180, which will be minus Fs, minus F into S. So work done will be negative because cos 180 is minus 1. So work done will be negative. So what will be answer? Negative is C. Okay. Now next question, which is the question number 4. Whether the body descends from a certain height using stairs or a rope or a lift, the force of gravity does the same work Is the statement true or false? Of course it is true. Why? Here the force of gravity does the same work. We are talking over here, if we are, this is the first floor I will say, and this is the ground floor. So from first floor to ground floor, whatever is the height, by the stair also that height will remain same, and energy or work done is mgh, right, or force into displacement. Mg is force into h is kind of displacement, so total height is this one, that will depend. So it will be what, it same work will be done, either we are coming descents, means we are coming from stairs, or directly from certain height, right, or by the slope. Every time work will be same. So answer will be true, that is true option. Next one, what is the SI unit of work? Of course we know about it, so no need to explain it much. It is joule. Joule is the SI unit of work. CGS unit of work is erg. And there is one relation between joule and erg, we know. Joule, I will tell you what is the joule and what is the work, erg. How to remember, work done is force into displacement, unit of force is Newton. In fact, we can write force is as mass into acceleration into displacement, but unit of mass is kilogram, unit of acceleration is meter per second square, and unit of displacement this as meter, this is as meter. So it becomes kilogram meter square per second square. This term is nothing but joule. This term is joule. And what is erg? 1 erg, we can write 1 erg will be 1 joule. What will be 1 joule? It is 1 kg into 1 meter square into 1 second square per second square. And 1 erg is 1 gram into 1 centimeter square into per second square. So what we are doing here, all the terms were in MKS, now we have to write in terms of CGS. So kilogram to gram, meter to centimeter, and second of course will remain same. Now next question is that what is the relation between joule and erg? 1 joule is equals to how much erg? Now again we can continue from here. To establish the relation between joule and erg. So 1 joule is 1 kg into 1 meter square into 1 per second square. Now we can write it 1 kg is 1000 gram into 1 meter is 100 centimeter, that's whole square, into 1 second per second square. Now it becomes 1000 gram into 10 raised to 4 centimeter square into per second square. So overall it becomes 10 raised to 7 because 10 raised to 4 and 10 raised to 3. 100 into 100, here it is square, so it becomes 10 raised to 4 and into 10 raised to 3, that becomes 10 raised to 7. 10 raised to 7 what? 10 raised to 7 gram centimeter square per second square, and this term is nothing but erg. This term is nothing but erg. So overall what we can say that 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to 7 erg. That's all. So this relation we get, 1 joule is how much erg? It is 10 raised to 7 erg. I have derived it already. So 1 joule is 10 raised to 7 erg. Next question, the rate of doing work is called, of course, rate of doing work is called power. If rate word comes in physics, it means that quantity is divided by time. So rate word is here, it means the term is divided by time. So work done per unit time is of course power. What is the power? Rate of doing work. We can write here, since power is work done upon time. Right? Yeah, of course. I have written here. In fact, I should write it somewhere else. Okay. Next question, what is the SI unit of power? SI unit of power, since power is work done upon time, unit of work done is joule, upon time is second, so joule per second, and joule per second is called watt. So SI unit of power is what? SI unit of power is watt. Okay. Next question. The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called. That is simple definition. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy possessed in a body due to its motion. So due to motion, which kind of energy that body will possess? That is the kinetic energy. So answer will be kinetic energy. Now question number 11. Kilowatt hour is the unit of. Kilowatt hour is the kWh, that stands for kilowatt hour, is the unit of. Unit of what? Kilowatt into hour. So I will write one thing. We know since power is as work done upon time. So work done is power into time. Unit of power is watt or kilowatt. So kilowatt into time, unit of time is second. So kilowatt hour second is the unit of work done, and unit of work done, or we can write work done is the form of energy, because here we have to write kilowatt hour is the unit of watt. So it is the unit of work done, and work done is no option over here. So work done is the form of energy, or energy is the form of work done, because energy and work done both have the same unit. So its answer will be energy. Next is the energy is the work, the ability to create work. Of course, that is the definition of energy. Energy is the capacity to do work. What is energy? Capacity to do work. Same, ability to create work or capacity to do work. So its answer will be B. That is the ability to create work. Next is power is. What is the power? Power is rate of doing work. By definition we tell already. So power is work done upon time. So what is the power? It is rate of doing work. Why rate word is here? Because if any term is divided by time in physics, that rate word is there. So it is rate of doing work. So option will be A, rate of doing work. Next is question number 14. What is the correct expression for the power? Of course we know power is work done per unit time. Work done per unit time. So dW by dt, a small change in work upon a small change in time. That is simple way. So we can write it as this as option D, W by dt. That is the power. Next question, what is the correct expression for work? Work, of course, and here it is given in terms of what? Power, work done. So we can write expression for the work, right? So work is force into displacement. That's already we know. F into ds. Work done is force, product of force and displacement. That is work done. Work is F into ds. So of course that is here. Here star mark is there, asterisk mark is there. asterisk mark or a star mark, both terms we use. Asterisk means into over here, it is asterisk. This star like thing is the asterisk mark. Okay, so of course answer will be A. Next is question number 16. If a person walks on the road with suitcase on his head, the work done is. Very interesting question is there. So we can just, I will draw a small diagram for that. Suppose this is any person who is carrying luggage on his head and he is walking on the horizontal road. This is the horizontal road. He is walking like that. And a suitcase is on his head, like this is the suitcase. Suitcase is on his head. Suitcase is nothing but kind of force. Any load is here. Load is kind of force, suppose. So force or weight of this suitcase, will be downward, right? So this is the direction of force, weight or force, that is mg, and displacement is being to this direction, right? Displacement is being to this direction. Now be assured here in this case, displacement and force is to this direction, displacement is to this direction. So theta becomes 90 degree. So in this case theta becomes 90 degree, and we know since cos 90 is 0, and we know since work done is Fs cos theta. So Fs into cos 90, but cos 90 is 0, so overall becomes 0. So work done by the person who is carrying suitcase on his head and is walking on the horizontal road, total work done by him will be 0. So work done will be 0. So answer is A. A is the option. Question number 17. What is the work done by a man in carrying a suitcase weight 30 kg over his head when he travels a distance of 10 meter in the vertical direction? Now he is moving in vertical direction. Vertical means along y-axis. Now same diagram is here, but the person is moving in which direction? In which direction? Upward, right? Vertically upward. This is the person say, and he is carrying luggage on his head. Now he is moving in upward direction. So weight, displacement is being to this direction, S, suppose S is being the displacement, and weight is to this direction, force, weight as mg, weight as the force, mg. So both are in opposite direction. So work done will be definitely there, but that will be negative. But negative here it is not given. तो हमें क्या यूज़ करना है? mgh का टर्म यूज़ करना है वर्क डन के लिए, बिकॉज वी नो what is work done? Work done is force into displacement, and here force is mg into displacement is kind of height, right? But negative sign should be there, but here in answer or in all the options are positive, so will not take care about the negative sign. So mass is given, mass is 30 kg and distance is 10 meter, right? 30 and 10. So 30, mass is 30 into g is 10 into height is 10 meter. In vertical direction, so height is kind of distance. So it should be 3000, near to 3000. But it should be less than 3000. Probably answer is not perfect. No. mgh will be there. If we are doing it 9.8 less than 10, then 3000 less than 3000. Answer is not given over here. Okay. Answer is not given. So no option. If we will multiply it, it will be close to 1000. Close to 1000 there is no number. Only this. No options are there. So we will leave it. Okay. But this is the method how to do it. 1 horsepower is equals to 1 HP. In short, horsepower is called HP. 1 HP is 746 watt. We know 746 watt. So answer will be 746. No need to explain this part because it is directly, we have to remember it. Work done is 0 when force causes displacement in its own direction, then it will be positive, not 0. So this will be wrong. Force causes displacement in opposite direction, then work done will be negative, not 0. Force causes displacement in perpendicular direction. Of course, this as I have mentioned this one, if the person is moving to this direction, is carrying luggage on his head, then work done by the person will be 0 because theta becomes 90 and cos 90 is 0. So this will be right answer. So answer is C. Next is question number 20. 1 joule is equals to, a very interesting question. We know 1 calorie is 4.18 joule. This relation we know, or approximately 4.2. Sometimes we write it nearly 4.2 joule. 1 calorie it is, 1 calorie. So 1 joule will be 1 by 4.2 calorie, and it is here 4 it is. So 4 2s are 8, nearly 0.24 calorie. 24 calorie, 0.24 calorie. If we will divide it, we will get directly, I can write 0.24 calorie. So answer will be 0.24 calorie. This relation we have to remember what? 1 calorie is 4.2 joule. So 1 joule will be 1 upon 4.2. So answer will get. If a ball is thrown vertically upwards, the work done is, if a ball is thrown vertically upward, then work done will be negative because we are doing the work against the gravity. If we will leave anything, its displacement is being to that downward direction, and acceleration due to gravity, that is also being in downward direction. So work done will be positive if any object is falling, and if it is thrown vertically upward, then G will be negative. Acceleration due to gravity will be negative. So in this case, A is equals to G, which will be negative. So work done of course will be negative. So negative work is being done. Next question, electron volt EV is the unit of. So let us see, already we know since electric potential V, it is work done per unit charge. Now we can write for electron, this will be charge on electron, which is E. So I am replacing Q instead of E. Q instead of Q. E. Q is the charge and E is the charge on electron, because here we are talking about electron volt. So charge on electron we will take. So work done will be what? Work done will be E into V. What is the E? E is the charge on electron into potential difference. E is the charge on electron into potential difference. So EV is nothing but W, work done. So of course is the unit of work. Simple way we can say work. In fact, it is not work, it is electrical energy. So it will not be work, it will be energy, electrical energy. Because we know unit of electrical energy is what? Electron volt. In fact, that is joule, but we write in terms of electron volt. Next question, 23rd. A body at maximum height possesses potential energy. What is the definition of potential energy? Potential energy is the energy possessed in a body due to its position. Position is kind of height. If any body is existing over here, which kind of energy it will have? It will have potential energy. So potential energy will be answer, right? Yes. Question number 24. In an electrical cell, while in use, the change in energy is formed in an electrical cell while it in use, the change in energy, electrical cell, which energy is going to be converted from chemical to electrical, simple way. So it is chemical to electrical. Okay. Next question, 25th. The energy possessed by wheels of a moving car is. So as the car is moving, wheels of the car rotate, so rotational, as well as they are moving from one place to another place. Not wheels, but if wheels are rotating, car is moving. So translational means linear as well as rotational. So both A and B, that is rotational as well as translational kinetic energy. Translational means linear kinetic energy. Now question number 26. Okay, before starting question number 26, I will request to my all viewers, all YouTube family, please like videos, share it and subscribe my channel, because I am observing almost 1 year has been there, but within this time I didn't get what I was expected the number of subscribers. So please subscribe my channel. Okay, so we can continue. An oscillating pendulum at its extreme position possesses, oscillating pendulum, this is pendulum, this is extreme position, this position is the extreme, this is also the extreme position. A and B are the extreme positions, and here they are asking which kind of energy that will possess at extreme position. So at extreme position, its final velocity becomes 0, so kinetic energy is 0 at extreme, so only potential energy will be there, so that will possess potential energy. Why kinetic energy becomes 0? Because as it will move from mean to extreme, its velocity becomes 0, then it start to return with the certain velocity. So at extreme, final velocity is 0, and kinetic energy is half mv square, so velocity is 0, so kinetic energy will be 0. So what will be answer? Answer will be potential energy. Kinetic energy becomes 0, only potential energy remains. Now question number 27. A ball rolls on an inclined plane. On midway through its motion, the ball has, now try to understand what they want to say. Suppose this is any inclined plane, and any ball is rolling over it. Okay, try to understand, it is nearly perfect. Any ball is here, if we are releasing it from here, it comes over here, finally it will comes over here at the surface, right? But when it is at midway over here, it is at this position, it is at position A, I will say. They are talking about this. A ball rolls on an inclined plane on midway through its motion. Midway, this is midway through its motion. The ball has which kind of energy? It has some height from the ground level, so it will have potential energy, and still it is moving with velocity, so it will have kinetic energy. So it will have both kinetic as well as potential energy at midway position. So answer will be kinetic as well as potential. So both A and B, that will be option. Okay. Now question number 28. When the velocity of a particle is doubled, its kinetic energy. So we know, since kinetic energy is half mv square. Now they are talking if velocity gets doubled. So velocity gets double. I will write it first. Now I will write it kinetic energy as E1. Yeah, simply E I will say. Now E1, what will be new kinetic energy? Velocity gets double. So E1 will be half m. Now V becomes 2V, to the whole square. So it becomes 4 into half mv square, which is 4 into E. So E1 becomes 4 times of E. How it becomes 4? 2 square is 4, that I have written over here, and V square is of course here. So kinetic energy will increase by 4 times, because this was kinetic energy as E and now it becomes 4E when we double the velocity. So kinetic energy will increase by 4 times. So kinetic energy will increase by 4 times. Next question, question number 29. When you double the velocity, the kinetic energy increases by 4 times. A ball of mass m thrown vertically upward in an initial velocity to reach height h. The correct statement is potential energy of the ball at the ground is mgh. No, because all the heights are measured from the ground level. So height will be 0. So potential energy will be 0 at ground. Height will be 0. So this is wrong. Kinetic energy of the ball at the ground is 0. No, kinetic energy increased by 4 times, so it will not be 0. Now next, kinetic energy of the ball at the highest point is mgh. No, at highest point it will be potential energy, not the kinetic. The potential energy of the ball at the highest position is mgh, of course, right? Because at highest position potential energy is given by mgh. Nothing I have to explain in this. Now question number 30. A boy drags a load L along the horizontal plane AB, horizontal plane like this. By applying force F, a boy drags load off. So as he is dragging to this direction, load is here, load is also moving. As we are dragging it, load moves, and displacement also being in the same direction. And if the force and load is kind of force, load, that is the force, and displacement both are in same direction, then the work done will be positive. So some positive work. Next is the SI unit of work is joule. It is expressed in terms of mass, length and time as. So joule, SI unit of work is force into displacement. Force is mass into acceleration into displacement. Unit of mass is kilogram. Acceleration as meter per second square and displacement as meter. So it becomes kilogram meter square per second square. Probably second time I am going to repeat it. So answer will be this, kilogram meter square per second square, right? Kilogram meter square per second square, right? Okay, now confusion is that one, whether we can write this or this also, but we will choose kilogram meter square per second square. This is also, no, sorry, C will not be option. Kilogram meter square per second square. So either D is there or B is there. Which one is correct now? Kilogram is represented by a small letter, right? So it is notation kilogram. Units are written in small letters. So small letter will be this, not this, because here capital K they have used. So answer will be D. So these all the things we have to keep in mind. Now question number 32. The SI unit of power is what? It is expressed in terms of mass, length and time. So again we will say power is work done upon time. unit of work done, this one we will use, this one we will use. So this will be kilogram meter square per second square upon unit of time in second. Now this second, as it move in denominator, it will be -1. Already -2 is there and -1, it will be -3. So we'll get kilogram meter square per second cube. So kilogram meter square per second cube. This will not be option, right? No options are here. So none of the above we can say. Either we can write this as small kg, that depend on us. So I will choose none of these, right? Because this should be by the small letter, k should be in small letter, and here it is capital. Another way, this might be the answer, but we can't choose it because k should be small. Okay. A stone resting on the roof of a building has, of course, potential energy, because if any body is situated at any point, due to its position, whatever energy is there, that is called potential energy. So that will possess the potential energy. Now next question is, a falling raindrop has, falling, as it is falling, so it will have, falling means it is moving with velocity, so it will have kinetic energy, as well as it is certain height from the ground, so it will have potential energy. So it will have kinetic as well as potential. So answer will be, we are talking about question number, yes. A falling raindrop has both kinetic as well as potential energy. Next question is question number 35. An aeroplane is flying at an altitude of, altitude means height, of 10,000 meter. It is height, okay, at a speed of, okay, at a speed of v is given. Is, it will have, of course, plane. It is moving with velocity, so it will have kinetic energy, and it is at height of 10,000 meter from the ground, so it is situated at a certain height. Due to height or position, it will have potential energy, so it will have kinetic as well as potential energy. So answer will be C, that is both kinetic and potential energy. Now next is, kilocalorie is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of, what is kilocalorie? Kilocalorie, kilo word is here. So 1 kilogram of water, 1 kg of water, of course, through 1 degree, not 100 degree, 1 degree. That is the basic definition of 1 kilocalorie. So this is the option. Question number 37. When a flash light is switched on, the electric energy first changes to flashlight. First changes to light energy, then it is converted to heat, because light travels faster. So it appeared to us, light has come first. So first changes to light energy and then heat energy. Light energy to heat energy. It is about the flashlight, normal, it's not like a heater. In heater, first it converted to heat energy, then light energy. And normal bulb, in that Thomas Alva Edison, who has invented that bulb with tungsten filament, in that also first heat energy, then light energy. But about the flashlight, it is light energy, then heat energy. A pendulum is oscillating freely. The bob will have, okay, it is freely oscillating, right? So only kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy at extreme, no, kinetic energy becomes 0. Only kinetic energy to nahi hota, because it mean position potential is maximum, kinetic is at extreme 0 hota hai. And maximum potential energy at its mean position. Mean potential is maximum. No, potential is zero. Kinetic is maximum. A constant energy which is the sum of potential and, according to law of conservation of energy, energy of any moving body is always conserved or remains constant. So of course answer will be D. That is a constant energy which is the sum of potential and kinetic energy. Now next question, if a power of motor is 1000 kilowatt, the speed can raise to load is kind of force. How will identify? Its unit is Newton, so it is the force is given and power is given. We have to find out the velocity. So what informations are given? Just we can write power is 100 kilowatt. 100 kilowatt is 100 into 1000 watt, right? And force is given as 50,000 Newton. So we know, since power is this formula, power is force into velocity, so V will be P upon F. Now power is, so we can write V is equals to P is, power is 100,000 upon 50,000. So 000, 50 2s are 100. So it becomes 2. So answer will be 2 meter per second. 2 meter per second. That becomes answer. Now question number 40. Two bodies of masses m1 and m2 have equal kinetic energies. They have the equal kinetic energies. So I will say E1 is equals to E2. That is given to us. E1 is equals to E2. Equal kinetic energies. What will be the ratio of their linear momentum? Linear momentum is represented by P. So again I will say, since kinetic energy is half mv square, one relation I am going to find out, then we can write it. Now in terms of momentum I want to write mv square by, okay, I will do one thing, I will multiply it by m divided by m. Why I am doing like that, that you will understood. This term, now this term collectively we can write m square v square. So we can write it as half, one more step I will write mv to the whole square upon m, which is half, I can't write at that place, so which will be half p square by m. It is E. This is kinetic energy. This is the energy in relation with the momentum. Now ratio of their linear momentum means p square we are talking. So from here only we can write, from this formula we can write as over here. So this will be p square will be 2me. So p will be root of 2me, root. So P1 by P2 will be root of 2m1e upon root of 2m2e. Now try to understand why I have written. This become the standard formula. And we are writing for P1. So P1 will be m1e1 and P2 will be m2e2, right? But E1 and E2 are same. It is given already. Have equal kinetic energies. So E1 and E2 are same. So they will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So overall we are getting root of m1 upon m2. So P1 by P2 will be root of M1 by M2. P1 by P2 is equals to root of M1 by M2. So I was started from here. I have derived the formula, this, then I have written the result, and then P1 upon P2. So E1 and E2 I have not written because E1 is equals to E2, so that term will get cancelled. 2 get cancelled, so we are getting root of M1 by M2. That becomes the answer. Now question number 41. Question number 41. If a man of 60 kg runs so that his kinetic energy is this, the man should run with the velocity of. Now kinetic energy, since E is half mv square, what is given to us? E, kinetic energy is as 750, so we can write 750 is equals to half. Mass is given as 60 kg, so 60 into v square, so this become 30, 10 get cancelled, so 75 is equals to 3v square. So v square will be 75 by 3, which is 25. So of course v will be 5. So it becomes 5 meter per second. Answer we get as A. Now question number 42. Name the unit of physical quantity obtained by the formula 2k upon v square. 2k upon v square, where k is the kinetic energy. K is the kinetic energy and v is the velocity. Very simple it is. Since kinetic energy, now I am representing kinetic energy by letter K. So K is half mv square. So 2 we can take with K. So it becomes 2K is equals to mv square. So here 2K upon v square there. V we will bring to this side, so it will be divided. So 2K by v square is equals to m. So m is the mass. M is the mass. And unit of physical quantity. What is the unit of mass? Unit of mass is kilogram. So unit of mass is kilogram. Okay. So unit of physical quantity. Now they are not asking either SI or CGS. So might answer kilogram as well as gram. So both A and B. This is the most probable answer. Question number 43. What is the main energy transformation that occurs during photosynthesis in green leaves? So photosynthesis, what happens in photosynthesis? They use the light energy to convert chemical energy as their food. Plant make their food by the process of photosynthesis. So they convert the light energy into chemical energy. Question number 44. A ball of mass 50 gram falls from a height of 2 meter and rebound from the ground 1.6 meter. Find the potential energy possessed by the ball when initially at rest. So potential energy is mgh. mgh is potential energy. So m is 0.05 into, because it is 50 gram, so in kg I am converting, so 50 by 1000, so it will be 0.05, right? Into g is of course, if g is not given, we will take 10 into height is 2 meter is potential energy. So potential energy will be 5 to 10, it will be 0.1 into 10, it will be 2 5 are 10, 0.1. Now it becomes 0.1 into 10 will be 1. So potential energy becomes 1 joule. And kinetic energy of the ball before it hits the ground. So kinetic energy also remains same, because whatever is the potential energy at height h, that will turns to the kinetic energy, means that potential energy will turns to kinetic energy when it just touches the ground. So that potential energy will be completely converted into the form of kinetic energy. So potential energy and kinetic energy will be same. Potential energy at height h already we have calculated, that is as 1 joule. So kinetic energy just before touching the ground, it will be 1 joule. So both will be 1 joule. So 1 and 1 joule, that is answer as B. Question number 45. What is the weight of the body that is placed at the center of the earth? At the center of earth, G is 0. So weight is mg. Weight is mg. So of course if G is 0, so weight will be 0. Remember it. Acceleration due to gravity is 0 at the center of earth. It is maximum at surface of earth. Remember it. So answer will be 0. Reason already I have mentioned. When a fielder takes a catch in the cricket match, what work is done? Work done will be negative or positive, that's I don't know. We have to discuss. While taking a catch, force is coming to this direction, a displacement is also being to this direction, because we drag our hand back while we are taking catches. If you have experienced it, then definitely you can say, while taking catch, we drag our hand back. Back means this is the direction of displacement, and force is of course due to mass, due to acceleration, it will have mass into acceleration, force is being to this direction, displacement is also being to this direction. So force and displacement both are in the same direction, so work done will be positive. So answer will be positive. So work will be positive. Now next question. A body falls freely under the gravity from rest. Name the kind of energy it will possess. So which kind of energy it will possess? At the point from which it falls, that will have potential energy. While falling, both potential and kinetic, and on reaching the ground, kinetic. So potential and kinetic, and finally kinetic. So luckily we get the first option. Okay. Now question number 48. A uniform meter scale can be balanced at 70 centimeter mark when a mass of 0.05 kg is hung at 94 centimeter mark. The mass of the meter scale will be, first of all it is a meter scale, so overall length is 100 centimeter, right? And weight or mass of any body exists at its center. This is the key point we have to remember. So weight or mass of the scale, as I will say, W, mass is here. So that mass we have to calculate. And one more thing, we have a study about according to law of moments, clockwise moment will be equals to anti-clockwise moment. So clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moment, for that we need this distance as well as this distance, both the distances, because this point is the fulcrum. All the distances are measured from the fulcrum. This point we have to remember. Weight of the body always existing at the center. These 2 points are very, very important for calculation of such things. First, weight of the body always will exist at the center, and all distances will be measured from the balancing point, that is also called as the fulcrum. So this distance will be what? 94 minus 70. 94 minus 70, it will be 24. Okay, so this distance is 24, and what about this distance? This distance will be 70 minus 50, that is 20 centimeter. Now clockwise moment is equals to anti-clockwise moment, that we can apply. So clockwise moment, I will say, since according to law of moments. Clockwise moment is equals to anti-clockwise moment. Clockwise moments is equals to anti-clockwise moment. Anti-clockwise moment. So what will get? Clockwise moment is this. This will follow the clockwise moment. So 24 into 0.05, 24 into 0.05 is equals to anti-clockwise moment will be m into 20. M into 20, yeah, 20 into m. So we will get 4 5s, 4 6s, 24. Now 5 1s, 5, yes, 0.01. So you will get m is equals to 0.06 because 0.01 into 6 will be 0.06. So 0.06 kg standard unit, because this mass was given in terms of kg. So 0.06 kg that we have calculated. Question number 49. Nandan tried to pull a heavy rock of 200 kg for 100 seconds but could not move. That is very important. Could not move means no displacement at all. The work done by the Nandan at the end of 100 seconds will be 0, because work done is force into displacement, and S becomes 0 because he could not move it. Displacement is being 0. So as displacement is 0, so no work will be done. So work done will be 0. So answer will be D, that is 0. Now question number 50. A body of mass 2 kg is dropped from second floor of a building which is at height of 12 meter. What is the force acting on it during its fall? Force they are asking. Keep that in mind. They are not asking potential energy. They are asking force. Confusion may take place, so I am going to make it so clear. They are asking force, and unit of force is of course Newton, and by seeing the options also you can identify whether it should be Newton or Joule, it is work done or force. So of course it is force, and force is mg. So no rule of height is there, that we will not use. M is 2 kg and G is 9.8. So 9 2s are 18, 19.6 Newton. So answer will be C1. Okay. So yes, we have complete 50 questions from this topic. I hope, yes, I hope everybody have understood it and enjoyed the video. Please, once again there is the request to everyone, please like video, and you can do the comment also, and subscribe my channel and share the videos as much as possible. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you very much.